Hello from ageless seniors. Right now, something could be happening inside your body, and you might not feel a single thing. Inside your arteries, the blood vessels that deliver oxygen to your heart, your brain, and every cell that keeps you alive, a slow process can begin long before symptoms appear. It starts quietly. A small injury to the inner lining of an artery, a little inflammation, a few cholesterol particles getting stuck where they shouldn't. Then the immune system responds, and the repair job becomes a long-term construction zone. That construction zone is what we call atherosclerosis, plaque building up inside the arterial wall. And here's what makes it frightening. Plaque can grow for years without causing pain. Many people feel fine until they don't, until there's chest pressure, until there's shortness of breath walking up a staircase, until there's a sudden stroke or a heart attack that seems to come out of nowhere. But it wasn't out of nowhere. It was a slow, silent buildup happening behind the scenes. Now, I want to be clear. If you have heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, or high cholesterol, you should be working with a healthcare professional. Nothing in this video replaces medical care. But here's the good news. Alongside medication and lifestyle changes, research shows there are specific foods and beverages that can support the biology of healthier arteries by targeting key mechanisms like oxidized LDL, the damaged cholesterol most linked to plaque growth, inflammation inside vessel walls, endothelial dysfunction, when the artery lining can't relax properly, nitric oxide decline, which makes arteries stiff with age, blood pressure control and improve vascular signaling, antioxidant defenses that protect vessel walls over time. So today, I'm going to share 7 drinks that are supported by human research, including randomized trials and long-term population studies, showing measurable improvements in blood pressure, arterial function, inflammation markers, cholesterol behavior, and in some cases, plaque measurements. These are not miracle drinks. They won't fix a lifetime of poor habits overnight, but when used consistently, they can become powerful tools. And the final drink on this list has published human research where plaque measurements improved over time, meaning the arterial wall became less thick, not more. Stay until the end, because that one is the most evidence-backed for plaque regression. Before we begin, tell me in the comments your age and where you're watching from. I read your comments, and it helps this community feel real and connected. Now let's start. First, a quick science explanation. What plaque really is. Before we jump into the drinks, let's clear up something important. Plaque isn't just fat stuck in a pipe. Your arteries are not rigid pipes. They are living tissue. They expand, contract, repair, inflame, and heal. Plaque begins when the endothelium, the inner lining of your artery, gets damaged. Damage can come from high blood pressure, wear and tear, high blood sugar, smoking, chronic inflammation, oxidized LDL particles, low nitric oxide signaling, poor sleep and stress hormones, inactivity and metabolic dysfunction. When the endothelium is irritated, it becomes more leaky. LDL particles can move into the arterial wall. Your immune system sees those particles as a problem, sends in immune cells, and that creates a cycle. Over time, plaque becomes a mix of cholesterol and oxidized lipids, immune cells, scar-like tissue, sometimes calcium, inflammatory chemicals. Now here's the key. Plaque becomes dangerous in 2 main ways. It can narrow arteries, reducing blood flow, or it can become unstable, rupture, and trigger a clot. It's not just the size of plaque that matters. It's also its stability, inflammation, and how your artery responds. So when we talk about cleaning arteries, the most science-based way to say it is, we want to support the body's ability to reduce oxidation and inflammation, improve vessel function, improve nitric oxide, and improve cholesterol handling, all of which reduces risk over time. And that's exactly what these drinks target. Let's begin. Number 7, green tea. Catechins, LDL oxidation, and endothelial function. Green tea is one of the most studied beverages in nutrition science. Its power comes largely from catechins, especially EGCG. Here's the science-based reason this matters. One of the biggest drivers of plaque formation is oxidized LDL. LDL cholesterol itself is not the full story. The more important question is, what happens to LDL in a body under oxidative stress? When LDL becomes oxidized, it becomes more inflammatory, more likely to stick to artery walls, and more likely to trigger immune activation. Green tea catechins help reduce oxidative stress and improve the body's antioxidant environment. Human research has shown that green tea consumption can lead to modest improvements in LDL cholesterol, improvements in markers related to oxidation, improved endothelial function, how well arteries relax, improvements in blood pressure in some populations, benefits associated with lower cardiovascular risk in long-term observational studies. One reason green tea is valuable is that it supports the endothelium. When the endothelium functions well, arteries can relax and widen appropriately. That's one reason endothelial function is considered an early marker of cardiovascular health. Now, does green tea scrape plaque off your arteries overnight? No, but it supports the conditions that make plaque less likely to grow and helps reduce the damage process. How to drink it, science-friendly. Steep in hot water that is not boiling. Avoid adding milk if possible, it may reduce polyphenol absorption. Aim for 2-4 cups a day depending on caffeine tolerance. If caffeine is an issue, earlier in the day is best. Caution: if you're sensitive to caffeine, use decaf green tea. Many of the catechins remain. Now let's move to a drink with stronger evidence for blood pressure. Number 6, hibiscus tea, natural support for blood pressure and vascular inflammation. Hibiscus tea is not just a pretty red drink. It has surprisingly strong research behind it, especially for blood pressure. Blood pressure matters because high pressure creates mechanical stress on the arterial wall. That stress contributes to endothelial injury, inflammation, and faster plaque development. In multiple human studies, hibiscus tea has been associated with meaningful reductions in blood pressure, particularly in people with mild hypertension. Researchers believe hibiscus works through multiple pathways. It supports healthy blood vessel relaxation. It may influence the renin-angiotensin system, the system targeted by common blood pressure drugs. It contains anthocyanins and polyphenols that reduce oxidative stress. It may support healthier lipid profiles in some people. It's not a replacement for medication, but as an adjunct, it's impressive. How to drink it? Steep dried hibiscus flowers in hot water for 10-20 minutes. Drink 1-3 cups daily, depending on tolerance. Caution: if you are on blood pressure medication, hibiscus can add to the effect. That doesn't mean never use it, but it does mean it's wise to monitor your blood pressure and discuss with your clinician. Now let's talk about inflammation, because inflammation is the fire that fuels plaque.